Animal Racing, TLE6 Quarter 2, Week 7. Animal racing is one of the sources of livelihood of many Filipinos. This can be done in one's backyard. Hog and fish racing are some of the best examples for this. With enough knowledge and skills, it can be the most successful and profitable business today. Animal racing can lead to different entrepreneurial endeavors, ranging from the sale of live animals and fish to the production of byproducts, including meat. If you decide to do a project or to be a good entrepreneur in animal or fish, it is best to survey first or to know the area where you are situated. The first thing to do is conduct a survey. When you conduct a survey, take your time and get as much information before you finally begin farming. Whether it is a small scale or let us say backyard farming or large scale farming you have in mind, it is best to take initial steps. The first step is know your area. Find out if there are other farms of the same kind in your area. How many? Will there be competition between you and the other farms in your area? The second one is know the local animal and fish industry. What other animals and fishes are raised in other farms? Will it have any kind of effect on your farm? The second one is where will be you getting your farm supplies? Know the office of the provincial veterinarian or the local office of the Bureau of Animal Industry or the BAI. Know the people in the community. There are certain rules on zoning. Make sure you have been clear to put up a farm or documentations should be secured prior to the operation since animal farms are prohibited to operate in or near residential areas. The next one is know your market. Know the local market and middlemen. Get in touch with direct buyers, consumers, and retailers in your area. And learn from others. Some say that experience is the best teacher. Learn from other people's previous experiences. Think of ways to do business deals better. Persons in the community whose occupation is animal or four legged racing. Kinds of four legged animals to be raised as means of livelihood. Hog or swine raising. This is one of our industry that can be done in a backyard or vacant land as long as the person involved has knowledge, skills, and hard work. It can be a profitable business. Pork is one of the popular meats in the market. Filipinos are heavy consumer of this protein-rich food. Success in swine raising begins with the proper selection of breeds. There are two types of variety or breed. The first one is the native variety, commonly found in rural areas. This variety feeds on palay and meal leftovers of the family. They feed on grounds as they simply loiter in the backyard. The second one is the imported varieties, or simply Yorkshire or large white, Landrace, Duroc Jersey, Hampshire, Berkshire, or Poland, China. And now, let's talk about goat racing. Goats are very popular among Filipinos because they require low capital investment, fit the smallhold farm condition, and multiply faster. Goats require low maintenance because they eat tree leaves, weeds, grasses, and agricultural byproducts. They are not only a source of protein, but they also provide the much needed income. As goat production requires low initial investment and small risk compared to other livestock species, it is thus an attractive undertaking among resource poor families. And the other animal that is being raised in the farm is the cattle or cow. Cattle fattening has gained importance as business project of the livestock industry in the Philippines. They can make use of cheap, plentiful farm byproducts such as corn stovers, rice straw, copra meal, rice bran, and sugarcane tops, which ordinarily go to waste. Cattle need food nutrients for maintenance, growth, and production. Animal raisers must formulate feeds based on their animal sex, age, weight gain desired, and the moisture content of available rough age and feeds. Carabao raising. The carabao or swamp type buffalo is a prized symbol of a farmer's wealth and is an integral component of Philippine agriculture. And as we all know, the carabao provides animal protein in the form of meat and milk, as well as hides and horns, which have many economic uses, and manure, a potential organic fertilizer for the farm. Horse racing. Horse is a highly intelligent and emotional animal that will change your life. Interacting with horses is one of the most stress relieving activities. However, you must be fully prepared and consider the financial issue along with the commitment needed if you decide to raise horses at your own property. Raising horses means caring, watching, cleaning, feeding, and troubleshooting 365 days a year. So, meaning your full attention in taking care of horse is much needed. So, let us now talk about the possible hazards that animal raising can cause to the people and community. Hazards. These are any source of potential damage, harm, or adverse health effects on something or someone under certain conditions at work. Pollution. Not properly disposed animal waste and let exposed in the backyard or left uncovered for drying can produce unpleasant smell to the surrounding and community, causing air pollution. This animal waste attracts insects which can be carrier of disease causing bacteria, lead to sickness of making the people surround the vicinity sick. Infections and diseases. Flies and insects carry disease causing bacteria that settle on food which can lead to sickness like diarrhea, food poisoning, skin infections, and other diseases. Fly and insect infestations. Flies and insect infestations should be controlled so that they cannot multiply fast. It can spread out to the community, causing disturbance, stress, and diseases. If these sick animals are not properly treated, it can cause danger to the health of the people. Ways to prevent hazard brought about by raising animals. Number one, put up septic tanks for the proper disposal of animal waste. Two, establish the housing of animals away from houses and the neighborhood. Three, have enough fences or walls and tries to minimize air pollution caused by decayed animal waste. And number four, clean and regularly disinfect the houses of animals. Five, bath animals regularly. 6. Have adequate space for animals to move about for exercise and promote good health. For instance, 3 to 4 hogs can be housed comfortably in a 2-meter by 2-meter concrete enclosures with roofing. 7. Quarantine new hogs for 30 days before having them join with other hogs to ensure the safety and health of the regular hogs as well as the new ones. Inquire to the animal technician or veterinary always. 9. Burn animals immediately which died due to disease to sickness avoid the spread of diseases and bacteria. And number 10. Maintain health and sanitation program for animals to ensure their health and safety. These are the benefits that can be derived from animal raising. Number one, it is a source of livelihood or source of income for many families. Two, it instills the spirit of entrepreneurship, hard work, and industry to individuals who are in the business. Three, It can be a good hobby for those who are interested in animal and fish raising. 4. It contributes to the community or to the economy of the family. And number 5, it encourages other members of the family to participate and help the family business, thus instilling in the value of cooperation, love for the family, and the drive to improve the business. Let us talk now about the stories of successful entrepreneurs in animal raising. The first one is Leonora D. Jukney, a retiree venture into dairy, a success story. Leonora D. Jukney was born on January 4, 1953 in the municipality of Cortes, province of Bohol. She finished her elementary at Loreto Cortes, Bohol at high school in Tagbilaran City. She started farming by raising goats, chickens, and native cows in her 5 hectares coconut-based farm at Barangay Tagan, Pagadian City. Mrs. Jukni joined the Danlungan Multipurpose Cooperative and was able to avail the GMA Dairy Cares program of the National Dairy Authority through the City Veterinary Office of Pagadian City. After completing all the project requirements such as cattle shed and improved pasture. In September 2006, she was granted 4 heads of dairy pregnant heifer under the said program, which started producing milk in 2007 and planted more pasture to sustain the feeding of her dairy cattle. In mid 2008, she was granted another 6 heads of pregnant dairy heifer and was able to produce milk at an average production level of 10 liters per day. At present, she has a total of 24 dairy cattle, 8 of which are lactating cows. All throughout the operation of her integrated farm, she found itself fulfilling since it was through livestock raising and integrated farming system that she was able to help people in her community. She was able to provide the necessary training requirements to dairy farm worker volunteers in her dairy farm to facilitate their work application as dairy farm workers abroad. The adjacent neighborhood also enjoyed Mrs. Jukni's milk feeding program to preschoolers, which she sponsors every month. She also conducts special milk feeding during summer months, serving more children and pregnant mothers in the neighborhood. She is a living example of genuine community services and espouses the tenets of proper nutrition and the importance of milk to growing children and lactating mothers. With her income in milk production in 2009, she bought a milking machine power wash machine and a motorcycle with sidecar which she uses for milk delivery from her farm to their home-based milk processing center in Danlungan, a project of the cooperative. Through the milk production of the Danlungan Multipurpose Cooperative, the Pagadian City Nutrition Committee was conferred the Crown Award of the National Nutrition Councils of the Philippines 2009 as a consistent regional outstanding winner in nutrition for having successfully implemented its milk feeding program from 2007 to 2009. The milk feeding program was able to reduce the prevalence of underweight preschoolers by 4.5%. Mrs. Jukni's dairy farm is earning an average return of investment of 43% from 2007 to 2009, and adopting an integrated farming system made her national and regional outstanding large animal raiser. She is just recently chosen as the national winner, outstanding Gaawad Saka for large animal raiser. The next successful entrepreneur is Oscar Garin. Enough to feed myself. So when Garin was in his elementary years, he started a store and sold candies to his fellow children in Gimbal, Iloilo. When he was in grade 4, he tended 3 cattle. Having calculated his earnings, he asked his mother to allow him to stop schooling. He explained that what he earned from tending cattle will be enough to feed himself with noodles all year round. And based on his passion, Garin pursued a degree in civil engineering. However, in the early 1980s, he went back to his original passion. He started raising sows in the backyard. His small piggery eventually became a commercial hog farm with 500 sows and named it Octagon Farm Product and Supply. When the farm started to become profitable, Garin added other livestock like goats, cattle, and sheep. He also ventured into poultry production with turkeys, ducks, and game fowls. His farm became a major supplier of high quality breeders for hog farmers and backyard growers in southern Iloilo. Some 30% of the pork his farm produced are sold in the province, and the remaining 70% are transported to Metro Manila markets. Garin Farm is one of the one-stop shop for farmers and anyone interested in agriculture and environmentalism. Garin's love for animals and passion in raising them remains while he continues to make profitable enterprises and help improve the lives of people around him. Let's talk about the story of Connie Carillo. Connie Carillo owns diversified farm in Bengawan, Iloilo. She believes that farming can alleviate property and skills can be converted to money. As an agriculturist, Connie Carillo takes pride in vegetables and animals or fish production. That's why she said soil and right attitude gain extra income, educate community, provides job, and also uplift the lives of people around you. Connie Carillo, a 52-year-old agripreneur from the fifth class municipality of Bingawan, Iloilo, is now a proud owner of an 80 accredited learning site for integrated diversified organic farming system or IDOFS and aquaculture. Barangay Kairohan, Bingawan is a poor barangay. Connie Carillo Diversified Farm Learning Site serves as an eye-opener to the community on how Connie's family survived poverty and established comfortable life. Connie's family lived in Kairohan since 1980. As tenant farmers, they plant vegetables and fruit trees. They also raise poultry and livestock. She sold their products to the nearest market, and their children brought vegetables and eggs to sell to help their daily needs. Connie's family owns Chris Vocationals and Technical Schools or KVTS, a TESDA accredited school in the province of Iloilo that caters to training such as shielded metal arc welding or SMAW, NC1 and NC2, housekeeping NC2, organic agriculture production NC2, cookery NC2, food and beverage NC2, and bread and pastry production NC2. In year 2002, in response to the demand of the community, KVTS opens a training on handicraft, flowers made of processed fabric, fashion jewelry, and food processing. Connie taught handicrafts and food processing at the University of San Agustin and West Visayas State University and was often requested to teach at community-based trainings. Even Connie's seven children got involved in product development to cater the growing demand for trainings or various skill sets. The requests kept coming, from handicrafts and baking to building boats and even caskets. That's why the name of our business also kept changing. Connie Share. From a simple handicraft school for out of school youth or OSY, the training center evolved into a culinary and restaurant services school, and finally into Christ Vocational Technical School that now has its own three-story building and workshops. Because of the growing trust, Connie's school has received accreditation from TESDA, DTI, and OWA. and has also been topped by various organizations like Save the Children International, YMCA International, Handicap International, TTI Region 6, and ATI Region 6 for trainings. And now we are done in the lessons in quarter 2 TLE 6, week 7. I think we are now ready to take an assessment. So please be ready and have an assessment. Thank you.